always important to do your research.
Yeah, you
You
took
don't want to
Brandon
be.
a year, almost 2 years making research before coming. That was a long research.
Yeah, it was long research.
He did a very, very long research. What were you researching about? But anyway.
Yeah. Hey everybody, what's up? It's Brandon and Jara, and this is how I met my Ugandan wife. And today we're going to talk about the steps that you need to take if you want to travel outside of the country, specifically if you want to travel to Uganda.
Yeah.
The first thing you want to do is get your passport. That's the first thing you want to do. That's the first step.
Yeah.
And the way you can do that is you can get your passport through any post office in the United States. You just go on to the United States Post Office website. You can do a search on the website and type in passports. It'll bring you to a part of the website to where you can schedule an appointment, to where you go into the airport. I'm sorry, not to the airport, but where you go into the post office. You make your appointment on the post office website for a passport. The appointment's real short. It might take like maybe 5 minutes. So you go in there and you talk to the post office people. They tell you what you need to do and what you need to fill out to get your passport. You can either do it the regular way or you can get it expedited, which costs a little bit more money if you're in a rush. But generally it doesn't cost that much. I'm trying to remember how much I paid.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. It shouldn't be more than $100 or maybe $100 or cheaper to get your passport, depending if you're going to have it expedited or not.
Yeah.
And normally if you're not getting it expedited, it'll take about maybe 3 months or so before it comes in. I think that's how long it took for mine to come in. So once you're done getting your passport, the next thing you want to do is probably go see your doctor. You want to go see your doctor, tell your doctor, hey, I'm going to Uganda. I'm going to be there for 2 weeks, a month, or whatever. Are there any shots or anything that I need to take before I go to Uganda?
But sometimes people overtake shots like you take like malaria shots, hepatitis, hepatitis B shot, then tetanus.
Yeah, so I'm one of those people that took a lot of shots.
At the beginning.
At the beginning. At the beginning.
At the beginning, you had like 5 shots.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, you're taking a lot of shots. But now he just takes 1.
So once you go see your doctor and you tell them where you're going and for how long, they're probably, if you're going to go to Uganda, they're probably going to want you to get on a malaria medicine, which is just a pill that you take once a day.
Once a day.
So how that works, you start taking the pill 2 days before you take your flight to make sure it's in your system. And then you stay taking the pill once per day while you're in Uganda. And then even when you come back, you're still taking the pill for, I think, another 2 weeks. So even when you come back home to America.
Even when you go back, you keep on taking your malaria medicine?
Yeah, for 2 weeks.
Oh, I didn't know that as well.
Yeah, so that makes sure that it stays in your system. So if you were exposed to malaria, you're treating yourself while you get home.
Yeah,
so
but even when you're in Uganda, like you sleep on a mosquito net just to be sure. Like even though he takes the malaria medicine, we make sure he sleeps under a mosquito net. It helps with the mosquitoes. And even mosquitoes have seasons in Uganda. I think this time around there have been less the mosquitoes than the other times.
Yeah.
Because, it's been late, so even mosquitoes have seasons. So,
but it's always good to sleep with a mosquito
prevention
net.
is better than cure. Yeah, you used to sleep here with the mosquito net on.
Yeah, always have your mosquito net around your bed at night, so you don't have to worry about the mosquitoes biting you.
Yeah.
So when you're with your doctor, you're gonna get your malaria medicine. One shot that you do have to get in order to enter Uganda is gonna be your yellow fever shot.
Yes.
So a lot of times your doctor might not have that particular shot in stock, and they'll send you somewhere else in the county that you're in to go get the shot if your doctor doesn't have that shot available. And once you get your yellow fever shot, they give you a little yellow card or a little yellow pamphlet. It has your name, it has a stamp saying when you got the shot, who gave you the shot. And so you bring that with you and your passport when you go to the airport. Another thing that you're gonna need is
COVID test. Right now they are not asking for them the COVID tests, but we always take them just in case. Like in Uganda right now, they are not asking for results at the airport for the COVID, but we take when he's traveling and when he's coming. He usually takes the test just in case to other airports because you go through a lot of transits. So you just take it just to be sure, and on a safe asylum, not to go to some airport and they ask for it and they're like, you don't need it, and it might end up even costing you extra.
Yeah, in addition to taking a COVID test, you need to be vaccinated. You need to have your COVID card. Your vaccination card showing how many shots you got.
Yeah.
So those are going to be probably the three main. Well, yeah, those are going to be the three main documents you need. You're going to need your passport. You're going to need your
yellow fever.
Your yellow fever. You're going to need your vaccination card. You're going to need a COVID test. And last but not least,
do your research.
Something else. Last but not least, you need to get your visa. That's the last thing you're going to do once you've gone to the doctor, you've gotten all your medication. Oh, and one last thing. If there's any medications that you take on a regular basis, like...
Come with your prescription.
Yeah, come with all your medicines, fully stocked up. If you...
Because the medicine we have here, it's different. Remember when you forgot your last, on your trip, your malaria medicine and we couldn't find it?
Yeah.
So the medication we have here is a bit different. So if you have any medication, you have to carry.
Yeah. So for instance, I take like a statin for my cholesterol.
Yeah.
So I always make sure that I'm stocked up on my statin before I come here. And another thing, if you have allergies, bring your allergy medication. I normally come with Zyrtec. They have these drops you can get that you put underneath your tongue. The nose spray. If you use that stuff for allergies, please bring it to Uganda because you may need it. There's a lot of dust and allergies out here.
We found some good medication for your allergies in Uganda.
Yeah, and even, sometimes like on this trip, I had my allergy medicine and it wasn't working. So
yeah, so you had to look around in Kampala for some medicine.
Yeah, I needed allergy medicine that was designed for the allergies out here in Uganda. So once I got allergy medicine out here, I was fine.
Yeah.
And then...
And that's really good, better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So once you're done with the doctor and all that, you have your passport, you got your yellow fever shot. The last step you want to do is get your Ugandan visa.
Yeah.
So you go on to the Ugandan website for visa. I think you can just go in Google and type in Ugandan visa. We'll put the website link down at the bottom of the video so you'll know exactly where to go.
Yeah.
But it's a real easy process. It takes like maybe 5 minutes to fill out the form. Once you fill out the form, you pay a $50 fee, and that visa is good for 90 days.
Yeah.
So once you pay for the visa, you wait about maybe 3 or 4 days. You'll get a response saying that your visa has been approved. You'll get an email, and so you just open up the email, print out your visa, and you're good to go. So once again, the things that you need to have when you're coming to Uganda, you need to get your passport first. You need to go to the doctor, make sure you get all your shots and all your medication stocked up. Then you want to make sure that you have your COVID vaccination card.
Your yellow fever card.
Yellow fever card. And then you want to make sure that you get your COVID test before you leave, just to have it, just in case you might not need it or you may need it. But a lot of times when you're traveling to Uganda, you're going to take more than one flight. You might even take 3 flights sometimes. So depending on what country that your layover is going to be in, they may require you to have a COVID test. So it's always better to be safe than sorry when you're traveling, because you don't want to get stranded somewhere because you didn't have a COVID test. So always make sure you have your COVID test. And then let's see, passport, yellow fever, COVID test, your vaccination card, and then last thing, you want to get your visa. So once you complete those steps in that order, you'll be good to go. And if you have any questions, just holler at your boy. Send me an email at our email. We'll have our email bottom at the screen. But you
also do your research, like when you're coming. Just have the research where you're going to stay. How are you going to be moving around? Because in Kampala, really, you need private or public transportation is here, but you need private transportation. Like mostly if you're just visiting. Do your own research where you're going to stay. How are you going to be hanging out? Who are you visiting? Do you trust them? Are you okay? Like you need to make sure also like where you're going and how you're going to be moving around. So do your own research, make those preparations before even thinking of starting to come to Uganda. So
it's always important to do your research.
You don't want Brandon almost 2 years making research before coming. That was a long research.
It was long research.
He did a very, very long research. What were you researching about? But anyway.
So if you guys have any other questions, feel free to email us, and we will try to respond to you. We always
leave our email down below. But it's B&H fanpage at gmail.com.
Yes.
You can always reach us out to that, and then see you in the next video. Thank you for watching us and following us. We love you back. Peace.
Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for the notifications, and we'll see you next time. Bye.